We are about to watch Smackdown. I know it's 8:30, but we're about to tune in. I'm 30 minutes late, as always. I'm sure you guys are used to that. But here we go. But let's get some people in here. So I'm going to share this link real quick. Let's see if we can get some people in here, man. Commercial right now. So I will be right back. But let's get some people in here. Hopefully SmackDown's pretty decent tonight, I'm hoping. Pretty decent tonight, I'm hoping. What's going on, Greg? How's it going, man? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you on here, brother. If you can give my chat a share or a like, I'd appreciate that. Let's try to get some more people in the group on here. If we can, I'm going to go ahead and share this real quick. Greg, you still there, brother? I apologize for the delay. Well, we got Pete Dunne getting attacked backstage on SmackDown. So they are teasing Ridge Holland and Pete Dunne breaking up. Well, if you want to call him Butch, whatever. But Pretty Deadly attacks Pete Dunne backstage. And yeah, that's big. Because if we can get a Pete Dunne singles push, that'd be great. I feel like Pete Dunne with the Brawling Brutes just isn't really doing him any favors. We know Pete Dunne is a great competitor. We've seen him on NXT. So I definitely hope that we can get a good push and even get his name back as Pete Dunne. Right now he's under Butch, and I don't care for that ring name. I never did, but we know what Pete Dunne can do in the ring. Very athletic, very technical wrestler. So it would be great to see him in a singles action match once again and finally get that singles push that he deserves. Okay, right now we are seeing a recap from last week. We have Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar going at it. We know Santos turned heel on Rey against the LWO. So now they're just giving a recap on that. Hey, amazing guy. Nice to see you. Thank you for tuning in. If you could hit that like and subscribe button, I'd appreciate that. How's it going? Are you watching SmackDown tonight? Hope you guys can hear me. Can anybody hear me right now? I know I realized I had my sound off, but or I had my sound turned down. I don't know, man. Apparently, he's against the LWO. So, but everybody kind of seen it coming. I think Santos could get a good singles push. I do think he is talented. He was a pretty good heel back in NXT. So you can hear me okay, good, because I didn't know who could and who couldn't. So yeah. But what are you doing tonight, Greg? Anything exciting? Not the best heel of all time, no. But he had a faction in NXT, and I didn't care when they turned him babyface. Turning him babyface didn't do nothing for him. It only benefited Rey Mysterio, which I'm a fan of Rey, but when it comes to younger talent, when you're trying to put guys over, it didn't do him any favors at all. But definitely not the greatest heel of all time, no. The best heel of all time, I want to say Randy Orton, man. Randy Orton, Chris Jericho, Triple H, those guys. But Randy Orton to me is one of the top heels of all time, in my opinion. The guy can just play that part so well. But who's your favorite heel of all time? Who do you think? Who ranks that list? Who's up there? Yeah, Randy to me, man. Randy is just top heel. Definitely one of the top heels in the business. Yeah, Stone Cold went heel for a little bit. He sided with Vince McMahon for a little bit, and then we had that. But obviously, Stone Cold's a better baby face than a heel, but his heel turn was pretty decent, and it did work. And I kind of wish we would have seen a lot longer of a heel turn of Stone Cold, because who knows, what he could have done as a heel. We haven't even seen a lot of what he could do, but I kind of wish he had a longer heel turn than what it was. Because I think they could have really pushed that, but who knows. Obviously, he's had an amazing career as a babyface, one of the best baby faces of the Attitude Era, along with The Rock. And yeah, it definitely stands out. And it kind of reminds you of like you said, one of the most unexpected heel turns. But it reminds you of like Hogan turning heel, for the first time, or like who else turned heel? When Jeff Hardy turned heel in TNA for the first time. I love the unexpected heel turns. Those are the ones that you can look forward to because they shock the hell out of you. The ones that you expect are just kind of like, whatever. But the guys who, play the babyface character for so long, and they don't turn heel. It's like, okay. But then when they turn heel for the first time in their career on WWE, it's like, wow, I wasn't expecting that. And those are the best kind of heel turns, in my opinion. And what's your other question, brother? Well, you have two, you said. If you're just now joining my live stream, hit that like button. Come say hi. Let's get some more people in here. I still gotta do today's list, actually, the watch list for Coolest Contact Crew. Um, you mean the scene with Booker T saying, the N word to Vince? Is that what you mean? Because that's one of the most, the only specific segment that I remember backstage of Booker T and Vince. But if that's the one you're speaking of, yes, I remember that. I don't remember too many backstage segments with Booker T and Vince. But if that's the one you're talking about, yeah, yes, I definitely remember that one. Vince to Brooke or Booker. Who are you talking about? Okay, Booker. I probably don't remember then. But what happened? And Greg, if you can give this a share, man, I'd appreciate it. Let's try to get some more people in here. No, you're fine, brother. You're fine. Um, yeah, the only segment I remember back with Booker T and Vince was, the one I was talking about. But I don't remember too many segments with them backstage. But then again, I'm only 27, so I'm sure that there was a few good segments. you know, back then they were able to say things off script, and they were able to, go above the bar when it came to, what they could say on TV. Nowadays, when we have cancel culture now and everything, you can't say those type of things. But back then, it was you were able to push those boundaries and push those limits. And Vince being Vince, Vince being the chairman, pretty much running the show, I think it was just an unscripted thing. I don't think Vince was, not that he wasn't thinking, he obviously knew what he said, but, it's Vince. He's going to say and do what he wants. And that's something to get people talking. So, like a oh my God, what the F moment type deal. But, yeah, it's Vince being Vince, in my opinion. He's done and he's said some outlandish things in his time. So, definitely Vince being Vince. And, Booker T playing along like that, and he's involved in the segment. He was pretty. He was a team player for that one, but you can't get away with stuff like that nowadays. Hell no, no way. Back then they were able to, but now in today's world you just can't, and it's understandable. I like these questions though, bro. I like that you're coming out with questions, man. I appreciate that. I enjoy the questions. I was gonna do a Q&A here pretty soon anyway, but we can get it started tonight. So yeah. And thank you for sharing, by the way. I appreciate that, brother. And like I said, I gotta get caught up on today's watch list. But right now we have Santos Escobar in the ring with his former tag mate and singles action. Yeah, it definitely wouldn't float nowadays. Not at all. Not in WWE, not in AEW. And WWE is too much of a PG product. Oh, you got a Jeff Hardy question, man. I'd like to hear this one. I'm a big Jeff Hardy fan, and I know a good bit about Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy is a wrestler who's put his body through hell, physically, mentally. He's done a lot, brother. Santos Escobar facing his former tag team partner. Like I said, I'm hoping Santos gets that big push. I think he should have been given that big push during his first run when he first came on the main roster. Oh yes, I did see that match live. Sting versus Jeff Hardy. Yes, Jeff Hardy was on drugs. So backstage, they couldn't find Jeff Hardy, and when they finally did find him backstage for that match, he could barely stand up. They had to help him, to gorilla position. So he finally goes down to the ring. Well, Eric Bischoff notices that he's messed up. He's not right. So he comes down to the ring and changes the whole finish to the match at the very last minute. With before the match even started, Eric Bischoff came down to the ring, told Jeff Hardy, you're going to take a Scorpion Death Drop in 1, 2, 3, that's it. So there was a last minute change before, a few seconds before the match even started. But yes, Jeff Hardy was on drugs, and you can tell he was just completely out of it. You could even see Sting in the match holding Jeff Hardy down to pin him, and it's a shame. As far as what drugs he was on, I honestly don't know. I'll have to go back and research that. Thank you for joining the live stream. If you get that like and subscribe button and that like button up at the top, I'd appreciate it. But as far as Jeff Hardy being on drugs, like I said, I don't really know. I have to do some research. I know that he was on a good bit of pills. I know that he had a drinking problem in the past. But that's something that Jeff Hardy deeply regrets, and he's talked about on a few interviews. But it's just a shame for those in attendance who paid good money to see Sting and Jeff Hardy in the main event. Yeah, you could tell the look in Sting's face. He was just disappointed in Jeff. It was a big disappointment, man. I remember, you know, I was actually pretty young when that happened, and I remember just watching that match and thinking, what the hell's going on? And I honestly stopped watching TNA for a while after that happened because I was actually a big fan of Jeff Hardy when he turned heel, and he was a big heel at the time, and that was the first time he's actually turned heel in TNA. So I was all for his heel run, but he was a mess, and even today, he's still going through problems. He just got a rehab not long ago. He's in AEW, but he still battles with drugs and alcohol. Yeah, it was the main event. It was at Victory Road, TNA's Victory Road pay-per-view, Sting versus Hardy, and it was slated to be a good main event. People were excited for it, and when Jeff came out, everybody knew something was wrong. And I'll have to send you the link to that match because you can see Eric Bischoff come out to the ring, and you could see him talking to Jeff in the ring, and Eric Bischoff and everybody was just disappointed. But props to Eric Bischoff for going out there and noticing Jeff was not able to compete. But I just wonder, did anybody else notice this? Because if Eric Bischoff noticed this, then why didn't anybody else say anything? Why did they let Jeff Hardy go out there, knowing he wasn't in the shape to compete? And I'm a big Jeff Hardy fan. I'll always be a Jeff Hardy fan, but things happen. I wish Jeff Hardy, and I hope that he would do better. I hope that he's doing better now. I'm going to give my live a quick share, brother. So I will be back. So keep my people entertained real quick for me. All right, brother, I am back. We got Logan Paul making his way to the ring right now. keep in mind he is the new United States champion. Well, I can't say no because he's won this title over a month ago. Well, still relatively new, I should say. But I'm actually impressed with Logan Paul. I'm impressed with the time he has put into his ring work. When you think about Logan Paul, you think of a guy who's just coming in, for attention. A guy who's just coming in to get people talking. You would think that somebody like Logan Paul would come in and take a few bumps and be done. But Logan has definitely put the work in and he looks great. I believe China passed away of an overdose. But I could be wrong. But I do think it was an overdose. And I do think she was inducted in the Hall of Fame the same year. I know it was either the same year she died or the year after that she was inducted. Sad, bro. She was a good wrestler. She's definitely a big part of the Attitude Era, along with D-Generation X and Shawn and Triple H and all them guys. But yeah, I definitely it's definitely sad about China, man. To me, she was a great competitor. At risk of, what do you mean? Chris Benoit does not get spoken of. That's a great question, actually. No, you're fine, brother. Chris Benoit does not get spoken of, and it is forbidden in WWE that if you speak of Chris Benoit, you're going to be in huge trouble. Vince McMahon made that clear when Chris Benoit passed away that there is no talking about Chris Benoit, period. And if you do, that's a big problem. Chris Benoit has not been mentioned since he has passed away in 2007. He's only been mentioned in certain interviews of people outside of WWE. Like, I believe Kurt Angle mentioned Benoit at one point. And there's been past WWE superstars who have mentioned Benoit.
This is a reminder.
Excuse
Take
me
my
one second.
pills.
Oh, that's the stop. But Benoit, man, like we talked about before, it's unforgivable what he did. So it's very understandable that WWE does not mention him whatsoever. No, we can mention him. We can talk about him. I actually did an episode about Chris Benoit on one of my podcast episodes. I've done two episodes of Benoit. One on the anniversary of his death, and one talking about, should he be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame, because his son was actually pushing for it. So, but I don't think it's ever going to happen. But never say never. But who knows? But Benoit was not to be spoken of whatsoever. His legacy is gone. His career has been wiped away. All his accomplishments, that's all over. And it's gone. It'll never be remembered. And even the people that do remember it, it's hard to not say, this is Chris Benoit, the wrestler. And it's like now we say, this is Chris Benoit, the man who killed his wife and son, you know. On a wrestling basis, of course, but like I said, it's just hard to wipe away the fact of what happened. And it's hard to associate him as a wrestler now and not a murderer. So, and a lot of people might not like that opinion, but it is what it is, you know. Right now we got Logan Paul and Kevin Owens in the ring. Yeah, his neck was huge. We got Kevin Owens and Logan Paul in the ring right now. We got Kevin Owens cutting a promo. Hopefully we can get a Kevin Owens and Logan Paul feud. That would be awesome. I'd like to see Kevin Owens back on top, at least have a decent title reign again. Logan Paul referencing Floyd Mayweather. They do not do Tough Enough. I wish they still did. They actually had a season of Tough Enough a few years ago, but I don't think it went over so well. But I wish they still did Tough Enough, man. You can actually watch the old episodes of Tough Enough on Peacock. They have season 1 through like season 10 or whatever. But yeah, you know what? I am a huge fan of Floyd. Well, at least I was. I'm more of a Conor McGregor fan. I was a big fan of Floyd. You know, as a boxer, I think he's the greatest boxer of all time. But I I don't like his attitude. You know, there's Ryan Garcia. We got Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury. So I'm huge fans of those guys as well. But yeah, Tough Enough Man was great. I liked it with Dallas Snow and all those guys and Taz, and it was really good back in the day. You can learn a lot of things from Al Snow. I'm telling you, bro. Like if you can go back and watch the older episode of Tough Enough, man, and just listen to Al Snow, man, he's smart. Dante Wilder does have, freaky power, man. He definitely, him and Tyson Fury going at it. Those are matches that'll go down in history. I'm a huge fan of Tyson Fury, regardless of what people say about him. And he fought that Francis Ngannou, and that's been a back and forth. Everybody's saying Francis won, so I kind of hope they'll run that back. But to me, I think Tyson Fury is one of the greatest boxers of all time. Yes, he's been knocked down a few times, but he's got backing up, and he's whooped some ass. Tyson may not have a solid chin, but man, he does have power as a heavyweight. Anybody can get knocked out in the sport of boxing. I don't care who it is. Even Floyd Mayweather's got rocked before. It's gonna happen. Started was a V. Greg, I appreciate you talking to me tonight, brother. This live is actually pretty slow tonight. So I appreciate you. I might actually call this live stream Q&A with Greg. Rename it. Right now, we're on a commercial. Talk about Vader, brother. You talk about Vader, like Big Van Vader. Thank you for joining my live stream. If you can hit that like and subscribe button and give me a like for this live stream, I'd appreciate it. Let me know your name in the comments and join the conversation. I want to say Viscera. You're talking about Viscera, brother. I know you're talking about now. That black leather jacket, you just jogged my memory. That's Viscera. You said started with a V. So I immediately thought Vader, but you're definitely talking about Viscera. He was, black leather jacket. You're right. Yep, that was like his trademark gear. His trademark ring attire was the black leather jacket. Yes, yes, I could not think of the name, but you jogged my memory with that black leather jacket. Which can you imagine coming out to the ring with that, man? Yeah, I think he had contacts in with the eyes, the um the discolored eyes. I think that was contacts. He actually passed away too, a while ago, around the time Umaga passed away. Nelson Frazier was his name. He's had a pretty decent career as a professional wrestler. Pretty sad that he passed away. I think he had a lot to offer. Yokozuna, yeah, I remember him. Um, he's gone too. I just watched a TikTok video of Yokozuna. They said that that he got so bad that where he just they had to put him in tag team action because his weight was just so humongous that it got out of hand that he couldn't do as much. He couldn't move around. So they basically demoted him to tag team action because he just was not losing any weight. And that when they would fly him into different arenas, they would have to use like jets and stuff to even get him in because he couldn't fit in like a two-plane seat. He's a big guy, but I definitely remember for his career, man. We got Grayson Waller versus Kevin Owens right now. We got Kevin Owens versus Grayson Waller. Kevin Owens going for the exploding whatever he does in the corner, whatever, running senton into the corner. I'm actually a big fan of Grayson Waller for as much as he does not wrestle. It's funny you mentioned that, Greg, because my friend actually he mentioned that the other day about when Vince walked in the ring and his quads blew up. I actually don't remember that, so you'll definitely have to send me a link to that, brother. But thank you for joining the live, whoever you are. Um, I appreciate you reviewing SmackDown Live. Hit that like button and let me know who you are in the comments. I appreciate you dropping in. But yeah, I definitely don't remember Vince McMahon tearing his quads. But if you could send me a link to it, I appreciate it. But I know that he's had problems with his legs for a while. He's also pretty an old man now. So, but we got Grayson Waller and Kevin Owens going at it outside the ring here. Austin Theory getting involved. Thank you all for joining this live stream. I appreciate it. I appreciate you all. My goal for tonight is to hit at least 10 likes on this video, on this live stream, really. Greg, I am definitely going to add you to this episode of my title, if that's cool with you, brother. I actually started a playlist too, so if you want to send me your playlist, we can trade some watch time if you want. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Thank you for sharing on your Snapchat. Okay, cool, brother. Yeah, we can call this like a little collab that we're doing right now. So, just till we get the podcast going. Yeah, if you want to send me your playlist right now, I can send you over mine here in a minute. Well, once Smackdown is over with, because I don't think this live is going to be very long unless we get some more people in here. She's doing well. She, rainy day, so she's been in bed most of the day, but yeah, she's doing well. Thanks for asking, man. Holidays, coming up, so. So what do y'all do for Christmas in Scotland, man? What's that like? You guys have any customs down there? Like, do you celebrate the holidays? Okay, yeah, I can definitely send you my playlist. I just created one last night, so I'm trying to get my SEO score up. Yeah, definitely. It's all about the kids, same thing here. Thank you for joining the live stream. If you could hit that like button, my goal was to hit 10 likes for tonight. So if you could help me reach that goal, I'd appreciate it. My favorite wrestling move would have to be the Diamond Cutter, aka the RKO. I know that sounds simple, but there's so many different variations of it, and definitely awesome. But yeah, to me, Christmas, same thing, just about the kids. But I'm also always in the spirit of giving, so. Grayson Waller and Kevin Owens still in the ring. Grayson Waller working on that injured arm of Kevin Owens right now. Grayson Waller has quickly taken control, and this match has definitely taken a turn. Can Kevin Owens come back? Grayson Waller is definitely doing some damage. It'll be interesting to see if Kevin Owens can come back from this. Greg, how do you enable comments on here? Like when I post the live, my comments don't show up. Is there a way that I can keep my comments in this chat? This is the first Kevin Owens match I've actually seen in a long time. In a good while, actually. Like when I think of Kevin Owens, I think of Kevin Owens in his Ring of Honor days. I mean, like after it's posted though, I noticed that when I post my live stream, that the comments don't show up. It's just like it looks like I'm just talking to myself. But and no, I didn't see the Big Show question. Can you repeat that question for me? Kevin Owens reaching for the rope, breaking that hold. Kevin Owens is still in this. That's why they call him the prize fighter. He does not give up. Okay, I'll check it out. Still learning how to do this stuff. Definitely different, man. Kevin Owens picks up the win in a surprise victory over Grayson Waller. Big Show actually just had a match not long ago, and I actually posted a short about it. If you want to watch it, yeah, he was. He's played in a couple movies, but yeah, he's still wrestling, but which he shouldn't be. He's in bad shape, not good shape at all. A lot of people have made comments, but he's actually in AEW right now under his actual name, Paul White. So yeah, in my short, he got slammed on a car. So yeah, no, that was actually recent. Like a few weeks ago, recently. 95 million views of CM Punk's historic wrestling return at Survivor Series War Games. Thank you for joining my live stream. If you could hit that like and subscribe button, I'd appreciate it. My goal was to hit 10 likes tonight. CM Punk making an amazing return at Survivor Series. That is amazing. Something nobody expected. After 10 plus years of not being in a WWE ring, Stone Cold wasn't just some man, he was the man. Stone Cold was great, man. But let me check my live right now because I just sent my live out to somebody and they said it's set to private. So let me let me look at this real quick. So Greg, is it cool if I add you to the title of this live stream? Yeah, I actually watched that on TikTok not long ago, but I did watch it, back when it was all going on too. Yeah, which could be a part of the script, maybe not, but CM Punk was very vocal about his opinions with WWE and how things were going on. Back when he was in it back in 2010, 2011, he voiced his opinion like no other, and he spoke up for a lot of people, not just himself, but several others in the back. I want to say it was genuine. It was based on how he felt, not just himself, but others as well. Hello, Roxy. Thank you for joining. But yeah, CM Punk definitely seems like he felt this way, and like I said, it wasn't just him that felt that way. It was several others who put the work in and just haven't got the credit for it. That's basically the way CM Punk felt. He busted his butt for several years in WWE only to get a back seat to John Cena or several other talent, and he was very frustrated. And there were times where he would be injured and have to wrestle. We know WWE's medical staff isn't the greatest, and there's times where CM Punk has had a staph infection and still had to wrestle. Yeah, definitely. That's cool, Greg. Rob, whoever. Invite whoever you want, brother. I'm trying to get as many people as I can in this live. Good old Rab. Yeah, I gotta get today's watch list done today. And I gotta do yesterday's watch list. I was kind of just in a depressive state, I guess, yesterday. Things happen, But I like that it's still posted, so I do want to get to them. Not that I was taking a past day, but every time I try to get to it, something had come up. So just one of those days. Holidays coming up. My dad passed away when I was 15, so holidays and stuff like that, they come around, and I'm just kind of like blah this time of year. I don't know. Yeah, it's just one of those weeks. December hits, holidays just don't feel like holidays. And yeah, Roxy, like you probably understand, it's difficult when you you're missing a parent. Yeah, that's how I feel right now. And like I'm one, I never take a pass day. Like I'm always on top of things. And I wanted to yesterday, but I just haven't got a chance to it. And but I will make up for that. But I'm not one to take a pass day whatsoever. I always try to I always try to get to everybody. Greg, you're fine, brother. Yeah, there's a lot I don't talk about. Yeah, I appreciate that, Roxy. But yeah, I'm trying to get to everybody. I just been today. I got to get out of bed till like 7:30 today, and that's one thing. If you guys don't hear from me, around 5 or 6 o'clock in the afternoon, it's because I'm probably still sleeping or just busy. But I always try to get the watch list done. I never take a pass day. That's like forbidden for me. Which I'm not knocking anybody who does. It's just it's not me to take a pass day. I always try to make time for that. I appreciate that, Roxy. I really do. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, this month is just always hard. Like last month was hard too, and life in general is just hard. I believe so. I think we're all going through a personal struggle that that we all just need that time. I did not see a Kane question, brother. I'm sorry. Yeah, it seemed like everybody was like that yesterday. I noticed too. I'm just I'm the type of person when I start something, it's like I can't. I don't want to take pass days. I don't want to take off days. And I was like that with my podcast. I dropped like 6 episodes in 1 month, and I was constantly editing, constantly creating, and I'm almost up to 10,000 downloads on my podcast, and that's from just constant work. But that's why I am with this because I'm new to this YouTube thing, so I definitely want to put the work in. Like you talking about Kane's debut where he took off the cell door and Tombstone Taker for the first time. Yeah, I did see that. JR screaming, "That's gotta be Kane." Iconic moment, man. I honestly wish that Kane would have kept his attire throughout his career, like the same attire. Maybe just different variations of it, but yes, Roxy, I definitely need some help with the CEO. I've even worked with that AI, artificial intelligence, to work on my video descriptions and everything. It says my CEO score is like 6. I don't know what that means. But I have like promoters messaging me saying, "Hey, I can boost your CEO score if you pay me this much money." And it's all a scam, but it's whatever. Thank you. I appreciate your research. You're always helpful. I appreciate your help always. Yeah, they're definitely lying. They like I made the mistake when I first started my podcast of hiring somebody to promote my podcast, and basically all they do is they try to change the numbers around. They don't do anything at all. They'll say, "Yeah, I got to do all this work to promote your podcast," but they don't exactly tell you how they're promoting your podcast, and they don't give you a rundown of what they're doing. They just say, I'll give you this. I'll give you organic downloads and this and that." Well, they hack into your account, and they basically I believe what they do is they hire certain people to come in there and basically, yeah, Roxy, they just like there's a thing called fake downloads and fake subscriptions, and you see it on Twitter too. You got fake subscribers and fake followers, So I believe that's what they do too. They have a bunch of fake people going in there and downloading, and it's not really people downloading. It's just fake like bots or whatever. So your numbers really aren't your numbers at all. It's just a bunch of bullshit. Yeah, they definitely do. Yeah, me too, Greg. I'd like to set something up maybe next week. We'll start talking about it. This has been fun, the questions and everything. Yeah, there's a time when I quit watching wrestling myself, Greg. Around 2011, 2012, I was just kind of like, I don't want to watch this anymore. CM Punk kind of brought me back into it. Then when he left WWE and retired, Bray Wyatt was somebody who brought me back into wrestling, and I was a huge Bray Wyatt fan. I've never been invested in a character like I was Bray Wyatt, and for 10 years, I was obsessed with Bray Wyatt. He was like the John Cena to me as a kid, and he was amazing. And he passed away now back in August. So then, ever since then, it was I was trying to find something to invest myself back into wrestling, and for the last few months, I found it hard. But then, CM Punk returned to WWE after 10 years, so here I am, invested again. So it's kind of a blessing to me, honestly. I love pro wrestling. I'm actually associated with a promotion called Coliseum Pro Wrestling. If you want to check that out, they've asked me to do commentary if I'd like to do commentary. So thank you for joining my live stream. If you'd hit that like button, my goal was to hit 10 likes tonight. So feel free to comment below and join the conversation. What link do you want, Greg? You want my playlist? Do you want my podcast link? Yeah, I can definitely send you my podcast link. You can check out some of my work. I've had a few guests on my podcast. I've had Warren Marlowe, who is a former professional wrestler in the indie scene. I've had Rob Wilds and Chris Casanova, who were actually my first guests on my podcast. Oh, okay, yeah, I'll definitely send you the Coliseum link. Yeah, they're not a big promotion, but they're just starting out, and they got some good wrestling there. I did reach out to a little promotion in Pittsburgh, not far from where I live, called Keystone Wrestling Alliance, but they never got back to me. But I have talked to one of the wrestlers because I did want to do some work for them, whether it was just setting up the ring or whatever, writing or whatever, because writing is my passion. If I was ever to get in the wrestling business, it would be to be a writer, to write some storylines. Pro wrestling has been my my dream. So I think I do, Greg. I'm not sure if I remember a show called that. Yeah, there's a lot of documentaries on Owen Hart. If you get a chance, Greg, watch Dark Side of the Ring. They do an Owen Hart special on Owen Hart's death, where they go into detail about it. Oh, it was a wrestling program. I'll definitely check it out. But my dream is to become a writer, and I'm actually working on a children's book. I'm waiting for the illustrations to be done so that I can publish it. I'm working through KDP Publishing, Kindle Direct Publishing through Amazon. So I'm going to be writing my first children's book, and I'll probably have it done possibly in February or January, depending on how soon I can get these illustrations done. But I will have my first children's book published, so that is something I'm very excited about, to get my name out there as a writer. And I will be advertising through Facebook, YouTube, everything. So it's kind of helpful that I have YouTube as a outlet for promotion. But it will be available through Amazon. Well, I want to set the prices like $2 a book, cheap, because I'm not really concerned about the money. It's really about getting my name out there as a writer. Yeah, I appreciate that. So it's called Hazelnut's Big Adventure. It's about a squirrel who finds a friend. Um, she's going outside of her house and she finds a baby bird who lost its mother. So they go on a big adventure to find the baby bird's mother. So it's a story about friendship and, um, you know, whatever. Does he shag it? What do you mean? Right? Yeah, yeah. That's why I'd like to make it affordable, for like people to copy and well, not copy. I don't know what I'm saying, but to put in the libraries and stuff, and um, like kids, they have the book fair, the yearly book fair at their school and whatever. And I'd like for it to, be involved in there as well. But Kindle Direct Publishing, I never realized how easy it would be to publish a book through them. Because this isn't my only project. I do have a horror novel I'm working on too. So no, it's not that kind of book, Greg. Not 50 Shades of Grey, brother. Even though that's a good book as well. I'm a Dexter fan though. Like Jeff Lindsay's one of my favorite authors. I've loved the Dexter series. Um, and if you haven't got a chance to watch it, it's on Showtime. Walter Dean Myers is one of my favorite authors too. He wrote the book Hoops and Monster. So I've had a lot of inspiration through different authors as well. Yeah, I'm a huge Dexter fan. Have you watched Dexter New Blood yet? Besides sports, yeah, pretty much. But I'm a huge Dexter fan. I was a huge Breaking Bad fan. So for my horror novel, it's kind of a mixture of both. It's about a serial killer who turns to drugs, and he gets healed. He goes to rehab, but he's still a little crazy. Can you pedigree me, man? No, not really. I mean, the original series, the original Dexter, the ending is pretty bad, which is why they came up with the Dexter New Blood to pretty much make up for the bad ending. But Michael C. Hall's Dexter, man, his performance was amazing, and just an amazing series. I remember when they announced Dexter was coming back, like I threw my phone across the room because I was so excited. Um, it's one of the few series that I've actually got hooked on, besides Breaking Bad, because that was an amazing series too, and Better Call Saul and El Camino and all that stuff too. Yeah, he's, Michael C. Hall, before he played Dexter, he was actually a Broadway actor. He did cabaret and musicals and stuff, and it's different to see him, do that when you see him play Dexter for so long. But he's actually a pretty good singer as well. He has his own band now, and definitely an amazing actor. He's not a very he's versatile in some ways, but he's not like a Johnny Depp. But I mean, like he's a good actor. Like he can play a decent part. But Johnny Depp to me is like the most versatile actor I've ever seen before. Like that guy could play any part you give him, no matter what. Same thing with Bryan Cranston as Walter White. Like, what was your question, Greg? Bryan Cranston as Walter White. Like he played on Malcolm in the Middle, and nobody would have thought he would have played, a chemistry teacher who makes math for money to provide for his family. Like his performance was amazing, and he really proved himself to be a decent actor. The chick that always plays with him, or do you mean in Dexter or? Johnny Depp, man, he's amazing. Okay, now that you said Johnny Depp, you said about the chick he plays with him. Are you talking about Amber Heard, or should we say Amber Turd, whatever? That whole trial was pretty funny. The chick with him. I'm confused. Are you talking about Walter's wife, Skylar, or Dexter and Rita? Who said what, Greg? Hopefully, we get some more people in here. Hoping. I feel like we did better Monday. Must be an off day. Today's Friday. People are out partying, drinking, and I'm at home watching TV. Not really one for bars, to be honest, but I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, Roxy, if you can Google it, Tim Burton's wife. What's her face? I have no idea. But who are you talking about? Are you talking about Johnny Depp, Dexter, or Walter White? Because if you can tell me, I could probably figure it out. But I don't know too much about Tim Burton, other than the few movies like that I've seen. But Randy Orton to decide if he's joining Monday Night Raw or Friday Night SmackDown. Which one will he decide? We will find out up next. Okay. All right. I don't know her. I mean, I might if I seen a picture of her. Like I'm good with faces, but not names. No, you're fine. I can understand what you're saying. You spell a lot better than I do, to be honest. What, Greg? The crazy redhead. Did she? Okay. Now did she play in a movie with Johnny Depp? Okay, Sweeney Todd. I think I know what you're talking about. They were singing together. He threw her in a fire pit or something at the end of the movie. Okay, apparently they're holding a United States Championship tournament. Bobby Lashley and Karrion Cross versus whoever. Okay, yeah, I do remember that movie. Is that Tim Burton's wife? She sang that song, "I'm not gonna harm," not like nothing's gonna harm you, not while I'm around, or something like that. Why is she your ex favorite actress? What does she do? You know who's a really good actor is Evan Peters. I don't know, Greg. I don't know if Donald Trump said that. Yeah, they're definitely good as a duo. Okay, Tim Burton's ex. Okay, I got you. Thank you for joining this live stream. If you get that like button up at the top, my goal was to hit 10 likes tonight. So if you could help me reach that goal, I'd appreciate it. Thank you for joining the stream. Um, if you could join the conversation, I appreciate that. Yeah, Evan Peters is amazing. I started watching American Horror Story. Like I've watched the first season, and now I'm on the second season. I'm not too thrilled about the second season, but they I did read that he is playing Charles Manson in season three, I believe. So that'll be interesting. I know a lot about the Manson family and everything else. So like I've seen all the movies about Charles Manson and everything. So I'm pretty intrigued about that. But yes, he is an amazing actor. His Dahmer performance on Netflix was amazing. Right? Yeah, he's played Charles Manson. He's played the Columbine school shooter in season one of American Horror Story. So it's probably not his first rodeo playing iconic killers. I'm surprised he hasn't played Ted Bundy or somebody yet. But out of all the Dahmer movies I've seen, he is the one that comes the closest to the actual Jeffrey Dahmer. Like he plays the part, he looks the part, and not many people can do that. Right? Yeah, I do too. He's good. You know who else is good is that girl who played Eileen Wuornos in the movie Monster. If you ever get a chance to watch that, it's really good. She played the movie Hancock with Will Smith. She played Will Smith's ex girlfriend, the blonde haired girl. But she definitely reminds you of Eileen Wuornos when she played the role of her in Monster. It was amazing. And not many actors can play the role of serial killers. I know it, but Evan Peters definitely can, and she is definitely one as well too. If you get a chance to watch that movie, I'd like to see them make a movie about like Ed Gein or like John Gacy again. Like there's so many more out there that we could be watching. Yeah, she definitely looks scary. like identical to Eileen Wuornos. It's insane. The makeup job they did on her was just amazing. You got Adam Pearce and Magnus in the ring. Trying to get Randy Orton to join the Raw or SmackDown. How do I feel about this? How do I feel about what? Western. How do you say that? Western Baraka? Perica? I don't know who that is either. Talking about like a Western movie? We got Paul Heyman coming out. Is Paul Heyman. Who was he, Greg? Was he like a serial killer? Is he well known? I love how every time I do a live stream, like my live streams never go as planned. They're just out there with different conversations. I get sidetracked. Like if I'm on one conversation, like it'll go in like 10 different directions. Like I remember last time we were talking about Stephanie or something. I don't know. And Greg was asking me if I'd shag her. Like that like our conversations always go in like bad different directions, but I love it. Like just it's just funner that way. I don't know. Like I'm half tempted to start calling this like the just a live stream, just to like get on here and talk type live stream, just for fun. Like it, just how it is. Like I'll have wrestling on, I'll view it. Right. It can go in any direction. I really don't care. Yeah, because I like to talk about different subjects. It doesn't necessarily have to be about wrestling. It could be about something different. You know, as long as I'm doing my wrestling commentary like this, then it's fine. But I don't get offended by anything. I'm not type person to get offended easy. And I'll be right back, guys. I have to get my phone charger. It says my phone is at 20%, so I will be right back. So give me a few minutes. All right, y'all, I am back. Um, yeah, I know I don't mind the channel being random. I appreciate that. I appreciate the conversation. As long as people are here and they're talking, I don't care what we talk about. Views and likes are my big is what I'm looking for. So we got Randy Orton signing the Smackdown contract. So it looks like Randy Orton will be a part of Smackdown now. Makes sense. If CM Punk is a part of Raw, it would make sense to have Randy a part of SmackDown. Keep the star power kind of evened out. Right, yeah. If you don't know wrestling, I don't expect you to talk about wrestling. You can talk about whatever you want. I'm not gonna tell you you have to talk about wrestling. No, you can talk about what you want. I want to keep people entertained. I want to keep people not bored. It's better than going into a live stream and it's like gaming live stream where you don't know what the game's about or anything like that because I'm not a gamer. I'm not knocking anybody who does gaming in the live stream, but if I don't know the game itself and I'm just not interested, then I'll probably maybe view it maybe 25, 30 minutes at the most just to give them some watch time, but it is what it is. Tell you what, Randy Orton looks jacked. Like, he's definitely got himself in great shape. You know what I'd like to do? Randy Orton just RKO'd Magnus. Holy shit. Randy Orton just RKO'd the general manager of SmackDown. Randy Orton making his presence felt, letting you know that you should not turn your back on the Viper. And man, does he look jacked. Like he is definitely juiced up or something. Oh, in my opinion, top five. He's in my top 10 for sure. But he's definitely there in my top 10. Randy Orton. Go, Randy. Top 60. Wow, that's. Are you not a fan of Randy? I mean, you're an old school wrestling guy, so I would expect you to, pick some of the older names other than. He's in my top five. I mean, he don't gotta be in your top five. I understand. Now, if we're talking, top five back then, okay, yeah, Stone Cold, Shawn Michaels, The Rock, whatever. But I wouldn't put Honk in my top five. I'm not a Hulk Hogan fan. Just he's a good wrestler. Don't get me wrong, but he's just he's racist to me. He's just a lot of stuff behind the scenes that you hear about and just kind of turn away. I'm not knocking you though. Hulk is a good wrestler. Yeah, I appreciate the old school, brother. Appreciate the old school knowledge. Yeah, that's cool, Roxy. I don't expect you to come in here and know a ton about wrestling. As long as you're here and you're having a conversation, I don't care what we're talking about. Yeah, it's supposed to be a wrestling live stream, but it doesn't matter. As long as we have people in here talking and whatever, we can talk about whatever we want. Yeah, Hogan knows best with Brooke. Now it's just The Rock and Randy. Yeah, I mean Hogan's a good wrestler, but I personally just I know too much about him. He has a racist past. I heard that he used to pay people to sleep with his wife just so he could, remain on top in WWE, just so he could keep that top spot. That's what I've heard. I've heard that Ultimate Warrior actually said that in an interview that he used to pay people. And Marty Jannetty just came out and said that Hulk Hogan used to have like a gumball machine full of drugs, and that when people would come to his house, all they'd have to do is turn that gumball machine, and they'd get whatever drugs pop out, and they would take it. We cannot allow this. We need that Greg button. Just like a red button, just tap it and just you hear Greg's voice. We cannot allow this. But anyways, guys, I think that's it for the live stream tonight. Smackdown is over with, so I will be getting off here. I'm gonna finish the watch list and then I'll probably go to bed. But if anybody would like to send me their playlist and get some watch time, you can send it to my personal messenger. Just click my name and send it to me, or you can send it through group. It is what it is. But I would like to trade some watch time with you guys, just for you guys being on here, and you're always supportive of me. Sorry, I can't talk tonight. But have a nice night, y'all. I will see you guys possibly Monday or next Friday. We love you too, Greg. We appreciate you, brother. Have a good night. Take care, guys.